this really have to be going on all these engaged factors here coming in for both of these two teams. Who can capitalize it harder, who rotates faster for those engages, because wombo combo, both of these two teams, they have it, but who pulls it off better will back the game for them.
Yes, and Burst Ram plus taking liberties, a level 1 combination from Woodwind as well as TL, that clears up your first wave. So they will make that fast rotation. Inua as a Mai, great knockup, great burst in the early parts of the game, but you struggle with wave clear. That's one of the weaknesses on the side of the Mai Shiranui that hopefully Clue will be able to balance out.
I mean, when we talk about balancing out, right, look who's towards the mid lane here. It's Rock here just casually spotting out all these attempts, delaying the clear here coming in from Woodwind and also TL in towards the mid lane here, securing a bit more space for this duo.
Yes, and I think that decision by Woodwind has kind of costed the side of Fearless Esports, which means this initial ball camp will go into their hands. No, actually secured, and this is not looking good for the side of Gen G. There is the backup coming in from Wawa. He needs to run away. The knockup, actually, who is running passive? Already taken out. First blood goes into the hands of Wawa. Can they find more on the side of Gen G? Stun gonna be used as well. They have the backup. The rolling of the furball will be used, but Fearless, once again, not the best start to the game.
The best start towards the game here, but they do get punished heavily coming in from Gen G. They capitalize the fact that you mentioned here, Woodwind and TL, the superior wave clear, but they gave it over to Inua and also Clue, resulting in that invade, resulting in that kill on towards TL here, because 1v1 between Wawa and Snow, Wawa's early game is much better compared to Dharma.
This is the price you pay for those minor decisions, right? So Woodwind just wanting to check on a little bit longer on the side of Rock meant that TL could not clear his lane fast enough, which opened up the balls for the side of Gen G, after which, you know, it just became a spiral, downward spiral, and here we go. They want to burn out the common spell on the side of Monto.
Or just use Agudo here, spawn a creators here, put on pressure against those turrets here. KK having superior macro sense here, smells out Rock's attempts here, but the burst strand does come true, allowing Woodwind to escape towards safety here. Very good sense of map pressure.
But that's the strength. Fearless Esports have a lot of mobility as well. And here comes the board landed down. Rock is caught in the middle. The flash comes in. This is where value is going to be found. But for now, there is no follow-up damage. And Fearless Esports, they have to walk away. Perhaps limp away as well. No finishing blow from either side. But here we have that one-on-one. Wawa wants to win against Snow. Flash committed by Snow as well. Wawa has the back off. They walk off with no trades.
Close combat in all quarters here. They brawl it off, but no kills on towards the board here as we see Clue almost countering out that wild board camp here. But Miku here might be in danger as Rock's coming in.
Yep, this is a moment that they are looking to try and steal the Crimson Golem, right? If they can, it'll be great, but here comes Snow. Snow's a little low though. For my case, they will manage to secure their own Crimson Golem, which is great, but Monto in trouble now against KK. That's a lot of wolves. They are tanking for the tower as well. We're talking about him not trying to burn out his flash, and he does manage to save it.
That is a very painful laning phase here. This is the superior power of Chano's laning phase that makes him such a strong marksman to be feared about. Look at the wave here. Perfectly frozen in front of the turret here. The next rotation here coming in for the side of Miku and also Woodwind. That puts so much pressure on towards Monto's global marksman.
So I'm going to ask you about KME, right? Did Monto have such difficulties during the period of KME?
I think only against Siri. Aside from other marksmen, I think it was always a 50-50, but against world-class marksmen such as the likes of KK, the likes of Siri, and maybe potentially the other regions, that's where Monto's weakness in some of these exchanges start to really amplify or like magnify by these teams.
Which makes this decision very curious, right? As a team. Oh, hang on, nice knockup as well. Combination galore coming in from the side of Gen G. They just need to finish the job, but no, they have been disrupted. They have been stopped, and the chase comes in from Woodwind as well. They push each other off. No kills once again, but the timer is very important. Still looking pretty healthy on the side of Fearless Esports, which means they get to step into the Tyrant's pit.
And talking about sustain, that is FE's game here to play because they are so strong in the sustain game. And look at that, just kiting away Rock, getting that second kill here along with the red buff, along with the Tyrant. FE wins out in all these exchanges.
Oh, the losses are deep for the side of Gen.G here. They not only lost the life of Rock, they also lost their Crimson buff. Yes, it went into the hands of TL, but look at the price they have to pay. The T1 at the bottom, completely open. And Gen.G have no other comebacks available at this time.
Ooh, my goodness here. Out of 1 minute, the entire minute, it went straight over to FE's hand. Fortunately, the Azure Golem is still for the side of Gen.G's to take, but man, losing Tyrant, losing Rock, losing Buff, losing Bot Tower, things are starting to look pretty bad for Gen.G.
Yeah, they're testing our match at this point, right? How many losses do you have? And here comes the board as well. T1 in the mid, open for the taking. A lot of pressure. They get the knockup. They don't really need the kills. It's a
Red team has destroyed a tower.
are successful. There is a potential of a turnaround for the side of Gen.G. They're searching for an opening, but no gaps found it just yet.
And no gas found just yet, as we see more of these engages coming in for the side of FE, but it's only to engage and to pull away towards safety here.
Yep, Snow does have his ulti. He wants to get it down. Truth Mantra going to be laid down. The save comes in from this side of Inua, but he might have to pay with his life. And once again, pressure on another T1. Fearless Esports. This is the draft and composition we are talking about.
Has destroyed
This is
a
the combination here, the superior laning phase, the superior jungle pressure here coming in for the side of Miku, securing them that early tempo here. Yes, every fight wins, but hang on, and right offers.
Nice setup. This could be the turnaround they've been looking for. And they get the rewards. KK, Woodwind, and Miku. 3 different members taken down from the side of Fearless. And Gen.G, they breathe some life here.
That is a big engager coming in from Clue to catch out multiple members here coming in for the side of FE here, and to add insult to injury, all those lead that FE found in towards the early game was relieved by Gen.G thanks to that one play.
Yes, Clue, this is the rotation you're looking for, right? As a Zhang Fei, you want to get into the backlines, especially with a nice setup available. Take a look at the way he knew they were moving back. Yeah, exactly. That was the setup that you want. And this is one of the things that is really scary because they have insane chase potential as well on the side of Gen.G.
I think this goes back to the same conversation that we had during pick and bans. Whoever gets that initial engage will win out all these team fights here, and that just goes to show how dangerous is these two teams on their lineup. That trigger polling, who pulls it first, who pulls it correctly, is so darn important.
Yes, and here comes the catch by the side of Snow. He uses the flash to go in. Everything misses on the side of Fearless Esports, so this is not a great position to be in. They are planning Gen.G. They're waiting for the open. You can see the rotations coming in. Rock and Inua, this could be a big moment for them. Woodwind gonna check the brush, gets knocked up, gets pushed back for a while. It's really about KK. Just keep him safe as Rock tries to put some pressure on the T2.
This is just evolving into a game whereby we don't know who it will go towards to after this point here, because one moment it was FE controlling mid turret, controlling side lane turrets, having a smooth early game, but they overstayed their welcome here. Clue capitalizing on that beautiful unbridled outburst, breathing life back to Gen.G's roster.
Really puts into perspective the recovery on the side of Gen.G, right? This is great. Now they have close to it's more than a 1,000 goal lead. But the important marker for both teams here is that 10-minute mark, right? Fearless Esports game 1, they turned the whole game around based off of that Shadow Tyrant win.
We'll have to see, right? Because when we talk about those moments, it is during the big team fights here. Yet to have a very big team fight, it's just small brawls on left and right for both of these two teams here. I want to see that scenario that you talk about, whereby we see a 5v5 full blown out team fight. Whoever's team's execution is much better will get them that big lead that they're sorting out for.
Do we really want a team fight? If I'm on Gen.G, I wouldn't want a team fight. I just want to pull their attention, let Rock get the split push in, and because Fearless Esports composition is a wombo combo. You let it go down, you will be taken out.
That seems to be the case, right? But if you look back towards Forza Gen.G, it's the same approach as well, right? They want to make sure that KK doesn't get that free flow farm that he is allowed to do so. For the side of Gen.G, it's on Rock and Monto, right? So it's a combination on whoever stalls out that farm. But look towards the mid lane here as we see a bright outburst go through again.
Yeah, ball gonna be laid down as well, but this time it's Inua that gets caught out. They have to start running tails between their legs here. Gen.G cannot afford any more losses. Thankfully for them, there are no buffs to kind of steal from the side of Fearless, but they do get the T2 at the bottom. So once again, map control galore.
Mad control galore, good reaction coming in from KK to flash away from the Unbridled Outburst, causing Inua to be out of position and punishing him for that death. And then we see two towers being traded for one in this exchange that goes in favor of FE going into the 10th minute mark.
And this, I think now that it has happened, you also see Fearless Esports also has that strength, right? They can play that split push game as well. In fact, the split push game is much stronger in comparison to Gen G. They have the Wild Growth, they have KK with the Soul of the Wolves as well. So much free damage, even with backdoor protection.
Protection, yeah, that seems to be the case, right? Spirit Wolves, creatures coming in from Miku here, just casually putting out all these turrets here, but 10th minute mark, this is what we talked about here. But look at Rock's position here. He's so far away from this river.
Yep, and he has been caught. Rock, that is, and they're looking for the setup. The wobble combo available from the side of Fearless Esports. They do manage to get Snow down quite low. That free hit for the side of Monto. Beautiful move work from the side of Gen G. They also have found Miku as well. If they can win this team fight, this is a guarantee into the neutral objectives. For now, you can see they're also looking at Rock to make their lives miserable for the side of Fearless Esports.
Also on this full ball marksman, the value is starting to show, outranging TL, outranging KK. Those arrow storms here are putting in damage on towards the backline of FEHK.
And Fearless are going to have a very unpleasant surprise. They're going to realize that the Crimson buff has been taken, as well as the Tyrant Gen G playing the map a little bit better this time.
Beautiful tempo here coming in from Gen G, capitalizing Snow's over eagerness in slowing out in 1v1ing that 1v1 matchup against Rock here. And they got punished hard, and they, for the side of Gen G, was rewarded fruitfully with buffs, with the Shadow Tyrant. And right now, they are in so much control.
You know, I like that Trigger Discipline did not go for that knockup
Miku's
now.
so low.
Yep, he is, and that's what Gen G are waiting for. They know that there is a risk. Fearless Esports, they did not know that there was no available catch from the side of Gen G at that point, but they don't want to take a risk.
No risk should be taken as of this point. Enemy has Shadow Tyrant here coming in from Gen G. If you're FEHK, the good thing to do, the smart thing to do, avoid teamfight, stall out the Shadow Tyrant, potentially find the next Shadow Overlord teamfight as your basis here, because right now, teamfight looks more in favor of Gen G as of this point.
Smart check, right? This is exactly what you need to do if you're unsure if there's any other members on the side. You go for a lot of free damage, but no, he is out of position. Monto gets taken down, and Fearless Esports, this is the trigger to start, but Rock is looking for the backline. Huge catch, but he does manage to catch the life of KK as well. It's a farm lane for farm lane. The Radiance comes through. He needs to start running away. Is he actually running away? No, Rock, he might be available to take the T2 at the bottom as well. Meanwhile, there is a little threat on that T3 in the mid. Gen G should be able to survive that one. And Fearless, they take a L with this one.
Heroic play here coming in from the side of Rock here, just making sure that the trade was equal and fair for the side of Gen G here. And right now, they are looking at a fair contestant here as you look at towards bottom lane here. Rock goes in for the kill on TL, and that is an exposed bottom tier tree.
Yep, that's an off-cam takedown, and Rock did not have to expend the Pure Sky as well. He does have the 30% damage reduction available for the next engagement. So Gen G have found themselves in a pretty good spot, but right now it really comes down, can Wawa make the same catches that Snow was doing in game number 1?
But this is a 4v5 scenario here coming in for side Gen G. They don't need to go in for the exchange because Unbridled Outburst goes through.
Oh no, Miku, he gets taken down as well. That's a huge Unbridled Outburst. Nice catch, and Wawa did do the insanity. That is the catch from the Mayan as well. Fearless Esports have to run, and it's looking like a huge win for the side of Gen G.
Not huge. That was a complete win coming in for side Gen G, taking the win, taking the team fight, taking the Shadow Overlord here. And right now, they have total control over the map as their engages are just so darn beautiful.
So we take a look at the timer, right? This is a countdown. How much can you take away from the map of Fearless Esports before the timers respawn? And here we go. That is a lot. T3 on the top open. This is the exact same situation that they found themselves in game number 1. Ball laid down. Who do they catch? They catch Wawa. It is going to be his life. Given in trade. Wait, no, he does survive. They get the T3 in the middle. It's a barren base for the side of Fearless. All they have to do now is to back off Gen G. Stay patient.
Stay patient here, take away the buffs, revisit that Shadow Tyrant that's just gonna be spawning in that 15 seconds timer here. This is your game to be winning, Gen G. You are in so much control here, and right now, This goes back to the pick and bans in game 1. This is why the Hanshin was banned.
Exactly. I mean, Fearless Esports, I think they allowed that pick because they also have great split pushing pressure. But now the map is so much in their disadvantage because it's a barren base. They have so little to work around with. And Monto has hit his mark. Another Radiance laid down. That's a lot of poke damage. Unless they get the perfect wombo combo on the side of Fearless, there is no fight.
There is no fight, and you can see they are lacking in gold. They're lacking in the side of map pressure here. They're forced to go back towards their base here because if you come in for this fight and you lose that fight, it could just be over for the side of FE in this game number 2.
So Monto does secure that Shadow of Tyrant, and Gen.G fans, they have to be rejoicing right now because this is the best position available. They do get a set of Borg be laid down. Forces the flash from the side of Monto, which is great. This is 2 minutes without the flash. Fearless Esports, if there's any time to turn that tide, it has to be within this 2 minutes.
They're waiting for the minions to come. Clear the minions, find that perfect flank here. Snow has flash, has the truth mantra here. But they know they're picking so slow here coming in from Gen.G.
But TL, I mean, his ultimate will come up pretty soon. There is a very short cooldown. Radiance and with the Unbridled Outburst, they push them back. They want the backdoor protection taken out. At the same time, they're pushing all the different members on the side of Fearless. Who cares about the fight? We want the crystal. Gen.G tied things up. It's 1 point each for both of these teams.
Engage